Okay, so I definitely want to know how y'all feel about this. Apparently, Kevin Feige had warned Hugh Jackman and said, "Don't come back as Wolverine. You had a great ending with Logan. Like, we should just leave it there." So I want to know what y'all think about that. So if you've been following my channel for some time, and if you're not, you need to go ahead and subscribe and follow. You will know where I stand right now with Marvel. I think they're a little confused. I think that after Endgame, they should have just scrapped a bunch of people, scrapped a whole bunch of storylines, just completely start over with something new. But as is the case with a lot of other companies, entertainment companies, they're just like, well, girl, if Robert Downey Jr. is always going to give us a consistent coin, bring them back out. If this person is always going to give us a consistent coin, bring them, pay them what they want and bring them back out. And sometimes it feels very like it just takes away the stakes, you know. It takes away, you know, sometimes it takes away what the character went through all this time. Now, bitch, you reviving them, right? And I think that sometimes you can get away with it with the multiverse, right? Especially if it's fan service, and then you just, like I said, people are going to come out to see these faces that are familiar instead of the actual hero. Oops, they come out to see the actor. Oh my god. Well, that's another that is another story for another day, but you know what I mean. Like, I just think sometimes it makes more sense to just leave the story as it is, leave the character as it is where they at, and move on to something else, right? And clearly Kevin Feige felt this way about Hugh Jackman returning as Wolverine. This is coming from Empire magazine. The link will be in the description as usual. Of anyone, it was Kevin Feige who was most nervous about Jackman's return to the role, having previously warned the actor not to renege on the gut-wrenching finale of Logan. Kevin Feige said this: "I said, let me give you a piece of advice, Hugh. Don't come back. You had the greatest ending in history with Logan. That's not something we should undo. But it seems this won't be the exact same Logan we've met in previous X-Men movies, correct?" says Feige. And after a long drive, Jackman decided that another take on the character was exactly what he hankered for. Hugh Jackman said, "I was about an hour into the drive, and that question came into my head. What do I want to do? As soon as I asked the question, I wanted to do Deadpool and Wolverine. I just knew it. I drove for another hour, couldn't stop thinking about it, and got out the car, called Ryan, and said, 'Ryan, if you'll have me, I'm in. Get ready to go berserker.'" Girl, I love when actors and stuff who've been acting for a long time, so they don't have to really get out their house and do anything, right? Like, so I love when these actors, like these like established names in the industry, get on here and talk about, oh yeah, it was just a long drive and I just thought really hard about it, and I say, you know what, let me just do it. Let me just do it. I love it because it's just like, girl, I'm sure that drive might have been a piece of the reason why you did this, Hugh Jackman, but I'm sure a majority of the decision came down to that motherfucking check. Came down to that check. I mean, that's what it would be for me. Honestly, like I said, you got to think about the age of this actor, the age of these actors, the extensive, you know, intense career that they've had, to the point where, like I said, they don't have to get out their house if they don't want to work, you know? So yes, it might have been the drive, boo-boo, but like, I want to see what they paying your ass to I want to see what they paying your ass. Like, I want to see what they paying your ass. So Slash Film says this. The link, of course, will be in my description as well. The good news for Kevin Feige and other fans of Logan is that none of the events in Deadpool and Wolverine will impact director James Mangold's 2017 film, for the simple reason that the events in the film haven't taken place yet. Logan is something of an island in the turbulent seas of the X-Men movie timeline, since it's set far enough in the future to be more or less a standalone story. Now that 20th Century Fox's X-Men films have been absorbed into the MCU, Logan can easily be siloed as simply one possible future in the vast Marvel multiverse. Admittedly, it no longer functions as Hugh Jackman's big final goodbye to the character, but ultimately, Jackman was prepared to accept that. Jackman was like, girl, y'all got these attachments to these movies and goodbyes and hellos and all this shit. Girl, I got attachment to this check. And this is not downplaying Hugh Jackman's obvious talent, right? Like, this man is extremely talented. He carried the Wolverine character born for the role, 100%. But he's just like, honestly, you know, that's the only thing I'm thinking about myself as a worker, as an actor, as whatever. If I was doing anything like that, I'd be like, girl, and I'm already super established. The only thing that's gonna get me out of my motherfucking bed is that check, girl. Like, that's just really, and then to be doing it is such intense work, to be working out, you know, all the time. I can't even imagine the diet that he had to be on. Whatever, you know how they get these muscles and bodies ready for the MCU, girl. So, like, doing all of that ain't fucking easy. That price gotta be right, honey. That price gotta be right. But yeah, I am very interested to know what y'all think, because, you know, we've been talking about this concept for a minute, where it's like, okay, it's fun to have, you know, maybe 1 or 2 flashbacks of somebody who then passed away, or a plot point that we moved past. But when we keep coming back, it sometimes dilutes the stuff, right? It sometimes makes the stakes not seem as high, like I said before. And that's sometimes even with the multiverse excuse, like the multiverse plot device. Sometimes it's just like, all right, girl, now we at the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 10th variant of this motherfucker. Like, I get it. But like, do y'all agree? Do y'all think that he should have just let Logan stand alone, do what it do? Because I don't think they're gonna surpass, like, as big as this movie is clearly about to be, Deadpool and Wolverine, I don't think, like, quality-wise, they're gonna pass Logan. I don't think that quality-wise, this upcoming movie is gonna be miles and miles ahead of Logan, and it's just gonna give a better ending than Logan did, or a better, you know, end point. I guess not ending, but end point than Logan did. I just don't think that is going to be the case at all, right? So I can kind of see what Kevin Feige is saying. Is just like, Logan, you had the chance between letting Logan be the last taste of Wolverine that people had in their mouth, and it was a good taste, you know, but then Deadpool and Wolverine could turn around and be something else, something a little different. And you know, and I think that's definitely what's about to happen. But I think Hugh Jackman, like the article said, Hugh Jackman was prepared to accept that. And my estimation is that, you know, I would be ready to accept that too, if I was also accepting a 6-figure level coin. A 6-figure, you know what I mean, check. If I also was able to accept that, you know, shit, put me in Deadpool and Wolverine 10. That's what he said. We could do 15 of these movies as long as the check is right, or at least that's my prediction. But either way, I would love to see what y'all think about this. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll check y'all out later. Peace. Make sure that you're going to www.zeraxia.com. When you join the wait list there on the site, you will be the first to be notified when I drop my sequel. Also, you'll immediately get chapter 1 of my upcoming sequel of the upcoming book sent to your email as a PDF. So check that out. Also, this is a different excerpt from my upcoming book, so you definitely want to pause to read if you're trying to get your life. Keep in mind that this upcoming book, the sequel, is following up the first book that is already released, called Zeraxia, Wrath of the God King. I released it a few years ago. It was my introduction to writing fantasy and stuff, so just go easy on me. But either way, as you can see here, it's given 4.9 stars. So yeah, check out Zeraxia, Wrath of the God King while you wait for Zeraxia, The Vengeance of Coldwind, right? And go to Zeraxia.com, sign up, join the wait list, get your free chapter. Thank you so much.